Today's the day the BK11 gets a facelift to look like its bigger brothers, the BK9 and the BK7. In a prior video, you'll see some work that I did to the BK7 to give it a nice mustard patina after stripping the coating. Now you might notice that since that video, I've added the micarta handle scales. Now I already had the micarta handle scales for the BK9, and I really liked them, so I thought it would be a nice addition to the BK7 as well. So I added those handle scales, and since getting the BK11, I really was hoping that the BK11 would become a companion knife for one or both of these blades. And so, I'd like to really strip the coating. I'm not a big fan of the coatings, and so I'm going to strip the coating and add a patina, see how much I can get it to kind of match its bigger brothers. First things first, removing the handle scales. It's pretty interesting. I'd like to show you this because it's something that I wasn't expecting. I don't know if I've ever really seen scales where they completely carved out the area that recesses into the skeletonized handle. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's more common than I realize, but for me it's the first time I've seen it, and I guess it makes me wonder if it's not just these, but I don't know, maybe these too. I mean, I know this one's not. That means these probably aren't either, so I take that back. But anyway, I just thought it was cool. I figured I'd show you because obviously that adds a little bit of, strength and sturdiness while bolting into this skeletonized tang. And now for the Jasco. Just glob this stuff on. Still frozen jelly. It's cold outside, and this is still out in the garage where I had it for the last video. So look at that stuff. Blap. Alright, so I'm just gonna spread this goo on here, and we'll let it do its thing for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I'll check it in between, but I like to do a nice job, just really spread this stuff on pretty thick. Doesn't matter how thick you go, just get it all over it, and then we'll let it sit. I'll check the coating. I'll flip it over. Let me see here if I can get this over without touching it. Yep. Try not to get this stuff on your hands. It's pretty tough. It'll definitely give you a chemical burn. And there we go. Get this stuff all over. Just smash it on there. There we go. It's getting there. Nice and coated. Make sure you get the bottom of the handle in all the grooves. Top of the spine. And now 15 minutes. We'll be back. Alright, so as you can see, this coating is definitely starting to strip off. It's been about 20 minutes, and it's softened up to the point where it's just going to peel off. So I'm going to clean this thing up, get it completely cleaned off, get all the paint off of it, and then go wash it, and we'll see what we're up against. Alright, so we got the knife cleaned up, ready to go. Has a couple of little spots of the coating left on it, but it doesn't bother me because I know I'm going to be covering this in the patina anyway, and that'll just kind of blend in. What's really nice about these Becker knives, and even a lot of 1095 steel, and other knives even for that matter, but what I do like is that after you strip it, it has a nice sort of flat gray finish to it. That's actually a wonderful base to start this patina. And so anyway, I have my bubble wrap. It's the same technique that I used on the other knife, the BK7. And so I've added a little bit of water to my yellow mustard, and I just pour this stuff right over the top. I'll use the bubble wrap to kind of mash this around and get it so that it's coating the knife. and I'll leave it for at least a half an hour, I'd say, and then you know, that'll establish the start of my patina. Like I said, I just sort of mash this around until I get a nice even coating. If you want some more detail, check out my BK7 video where I do a forced patina and the stripping of the knife. So I'm going to finish this up, get it started, and I'll probably do the entire patina, and then I'll check in with you when this is all done. Alright, so that's it for the patina. That was a 3-step mustard patina. You'll see it there. It looks pretty good, pretty even. You can see some you know, heavy spots of rust. Now what I do is I get some frog lube, which is a food grade grease, and I'll grease this bad boy up, and actually the heavy rust will just kind of disappear, and it'll turn into a nice dark black, well, dark gray anyway, patina. And so the little rusty brown kind of goes away a little bit. I mean, it never fully goes away, but you know, it doesn't look quite as difficult of a, you know, full rusty mess as it does right now. And then I'll see if I can get that a little better for you. I'll fine tune that edge. You can see on the edge there's you know, some heavy spots of rust. I mean, I'll work on that edge for a little while and get it back to razor sharp, but anyway, at least at this point the patina is done. Let me get the handle slabs back on and take a quick look. Alright, so now that I got the handle scales back on, I think the only thing I need to do now is add myself a matching lanyard. So I'm going to give it a quick shot here, see if I can bust something out real quick and dress this up for the, I don't know, for the final little step, and see how it matches to its big brothers. Now for my lanyards, I tend to like the snake knot simply because it's got a little bit of girth to it, and it's somewhat uniform. So, you know, if I end up using it as part of my grip or something, it doesn't really bother me too much. I like the bright orange right now. It's kind of what I'm going with, just to add a little bit of a bright color to bits and pieces of my camping gear, just so that, you know, while I'm out there, I mean, now that I've pretty much camouflaged my blade, at least to have a little bit of a bright spot on it will kind of help to identify it in the woods. So anyway, I'm going to add one of these snake knot lanyards to this little BK11. We'll see how it comes out. So making the snake knot's pretty easy. A general rule of thumb is if you want to make a 3-inch lanyard, you need about 3 feet of paracord. Now I think I'm going to go through the bottom hole here. Obviously you're going to pull this cord until it's nice and even. Once you get it even in length, pretty much going to start a knot. You're going to take the left hand piece of paracord and you're going to lay it over the top of the right hand paracord, and you're going to loop it around the back side, and you're going to make sure that you maintain a loop while you make this next sort of piece of the procedure. So you're going to take the right hand paracord and you're going to lay it underneath the left hand side, bring it over the top and back down through the loop that you left yourself. You'll see here as you pull it through, you've basically made a continuous knot up and over the entire pieces of the lanyard, the left and the right hand side. Do your best to tighten it up. Get it firm up against the tang of the knife. Make sure it's even. Make sure while you're doing this you take any twists that might develop out of the paracord so that you have a nice straight and even knot. And then you're going to repeat this procedure a number of times. Here it is again. You take the left hand side of the paracord, lay it over the top of the right hand side, bring it around the back and maintain a loop. From there, you're going to take the right hand piece of paracord, you're going to bring it underneath the left hand side and put the end back down through the loop that you just made. Pull all the slack out of it. Make sure there's no twists. Tighten it up real nice. and pull it snug against the knot that you made just prior. And you keep doing that until you get to the length that you want. Snip the ends, mount the ends, and you're done. You know, I think that's going to work out pretty nice. The other thing that I've been thinking as I've been making this lanyard is that for my grip, it's actually going to be nice to have a little bit extra real estate. You know, where this is such a really short blade, you know, it's going to be nice to actually gain a little bit of grip and a little bit of extra room to hold on to. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This came out nice. I like the way the pattern came out, and you know, it's a nice looking little blade. Small little thing, but yeah, it's pretty neat. So anyway, that was my project. This is how it stacks up against the rest of its family here. Now at least it kind of matches. It's not a bad looking set. So that's all I got, guys. I appreciate you checking it out. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a little fun project. As always, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. Take care now. We'll see you soon.